And someone come over to the high chair and they were like, oh yeah, there's a condom in the pool. I was like, no fucking way. So, I mean, I was a lifeguard for 3 years. And there were some, there were times where it was a fucking quality job. Like if it's summer and, fucking 17 on a high chair and, in the sun all day, as long as you're not getting burnt, it's pretty sweet. Playing pranks on people in the pool and that. There was this one time, I noticed this girl, like fully like make-upped up, like you're in a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And kids would accidentally, not intentionally, like splash her.
Yeah.
And she'd like kick off at these kids and that. I reckon she was probably, I don't know, 16-ish. And so she's like going around like she's fucking royalty, right? And that was pissing me off, to be honest. I was like, you're in a swimming pool on a holiday camp. People are just trying to enjoy themselves and you're being a cunt, right? So I just went to my mate. I was like, watch this. She stopped next to like the edge and just like stood there for a bit. And I was rotating, so I was going to a different position, and I walked past there and I just fucking like donkey kicked the water backwards and it just fucking smashed into her face. And then I was just like, yeah, there you go. Now fucking complain about people fucking splashing you. But yeah, it was just
Hasselhoff over here.
yeah, that's it. This is my pool. People are here to have fun, not fucking. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, then there was another time where I was on early, which for the first like hour is like at Haven Holiday Camp is like owner's swim. And someone come over to the high chair and they were like, oh yeah, there's a condom in the pool. I was like, no fucking way. Anyway, so I went and got my manager.
I'll take that out.
I went and got my manager and I was like, apparently there's a condom in the pool. He was like, right, let's go have a look then. So we walked round. We got everyone out of the pool. We walked round. And then me and my manager, we just stood there. He was a legend. We were just looking at it. And I looked at him and I just went, that's a fucking hair scrunchie. And he was like, yeah. But do you want the next hour off work paid? And I was like, I would very much like that. And then he was like, yeah, condom, everyone out of the building, to go and have to fuck it. And so we just fucking, until like 9, this is about 7:30ish, till 9 when it was like general public entry, we just fucking closed the pool and just chilled for a bit.
What was the holiday place?
Haven.
Oh, it's Haven.
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
Cool,
yeah. And you had the classic, like, kids would take a shit in the pool and that. The
classic.
But the thing was that, right, so the rule is if you get to the shit before it disperses, you can keep people in there, but as soon as it disperses, you got to sort of cycle the water out. If someone's sick in there, you got to cycle the water out. I was once cleaning the changing rooms, right?
The classic.
And this is another poo bit. I was cleaning the change rooms, opened up the cubicle, and I was like, that's a little small nugget of poo. Okay, right, I'm going to go get the gloves. Blah blah blah. Right, I went and got the gloves.
Classic.
Yeah, cleaned it up.
Where's that used condom?
So I tied it up, came out, looked at the floor a bit like clearer, and basically from a cubicle all the way to the shower, there was just nuggets, just nuggets of poo.
It's like, oh, piece of candy.
Literally, it was like that. Those nuggets of poo.
What was at the end of the trial?
Yeah, a fucking 3-year-old fucking shitting himself. But yeah, so there were that was
all classic moments.
Yeah, it's a bit classic lifeguard, isn't it? But yeah, no, it was a cool job. It did get boring. I must admit, like when I first got the job, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be that fucking legend that like lets everyone dive and shit.
Yeah.
The thing is, obviously if they hit their head on the bottom of the pool or whatever, but also you get so bored. You want to do something.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can do something. I can tell someone off. No diving, mate. You know what I mean? But what we also came to learn is, like no running on the pool. alongside the pool. This is horrible, but the best part about people that run, right? Kids more specifically, this sounds really bad because it involves them hurting themselves, but so they're sprinting, yeah. Now if you just wait for them to stop, then tell them off,
Yeah.
right? But if you fucking blast your whistle, oh, stop it! They try to stop, and then they're like fuck over, and they're like smell like it's like hey, but then
Wake
you
up!
realise you're like paralysed a child, but yeah. So there's that as well, but also, you know, when some people hit the head or whatever, I came out once to do first aid because I was whistled through, and there was blood fucking everywhere, all down this kid's back. And I was like, oh my God, he's like, oh shit, right? It was the smallest cut. It's because of the water. Just fucking spread all the blood, but it was the smallest cut. But yeah, but there were some cool times. I also did like sports coaching and stuff on there as well. Where, you know, you take the kids to do archery and shit like that, which was good fun.
You always hated the lifeguards as a kid, though, didn't you? It's just like,
they're like the enemies.
Yeah, I remember like we went to like it was like a really cheap caravan site, and they had like an indoor swimming pool in there.
Yeah.
But it was such a cheap caravan site, they didn't have a lifeguard.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like,
Nice.
it was like,
Yeah.
you know, if you take your kids in there, make sure that your parents come in, but like, parents didn't come in, they just let us go in there.
Yeah.
And fucking mate, like we were getting all the chairs stacked, jumping on shit, like best day of my life. Best day of my life. Like when you're set free in a fucking swimming pool.
Yeah.
That's some great without lifeguards.
There was,
but then, you know, it's when you,
when
we were like
fan.
back flipping off like, you know, like when the white chairs stack.
Yeah.
They go.
They start
quite high.
climbing.
They start go quite high quite quick, and we were like fucking back flipping off there. It was crazy.
No.
So it was really dangerous, but
it
shows why that lifeguards are supposed to be there.
Yeah.
There was, so on I want to say Monday night, there was like big inflate, you know, like almost like total wipeout. They put a fucking huge inflatable in the pool.
Yeah.
But so you had like the holiday makers had the first half an hour, and then the second half an hour was for owners. Now the owners' kids, and because like the owners would come most weekends and stuff, you got to know them and stuff, you got to know the kids and that. There was quality, because what we'd do basically, because we knew the parents, knew the kids, in that second half an hour, like the lifeguards would, like, I'm talking like fucking dump tackle these kids off, and like fucking, you know, like in 300 where I was like, this is Sparta, like fucking, honestly, we were fucking brutal. And every now and then a kid would like himself, would like, oh shit, you're all right, and then like they wouldn't cry, and then it would be okay. But yeah, that was so fun. You used to absolutely batter them. And then I remember in the final season, I was there for 3 seasons, health and safety kind of came in and ruined it. And like, well, you can stand at the side and hose them. So I literally choke slammed children off of this last year. Like,
don't sort of hose them. See that kid? A drop kicked him.
Yeah, the one in the wheelchair. That's why he's in it.
Season 1, I pissed on that kid.
Now I'll just throw him in with a wheelchair.
I hosed him with piss, mate.
But
You know the water when you say, well, if someone does a shit, does it recycle the same water, or does it empty and put new water in?
It goes through like the chlorine and shit and cleans it.
But it's still the same
essentially
water.
It's pretty much, There's a trickle. There's like that keeps it level of new water. But it costs thousands to fully drain and refill a pool. But yeah,
So that's like my little jacuzzi thing I bought. It's a fucking jacuzzi, you called it?
The spa
Hot tub, yeah. So it's an alright one, but it's not a proper decent one. But you have to you fill it up and you put chlorine in it and stuff. But then I was just thinking about swimming pools. I was like, what happens if you get shit in it?
Yeah, it's
I think
if
just gonna shit in your hot tub.
No one's shit in my hot tub.
I
did once now.
But now when if you got like a dispersed shit, you're talking about 3 hours.
Really?
So I think,
You're crossing your fingers for a bit of shit then.
Oh mate, honestly, there was all sorts of things.
And what do you do with it? Where do you put the shit? Do you just put it in a normal bin, or do you have to put it in like a special bin?
So you scoop it out and that, and
goes off
get
for
You must have had like sickle diarrhea.
Yeah.
And then you just everyone out.
That's it, yeah. That's it. You're done. Your afternoon's
and
over,
guys. And you're just fucking 3 hours.
Yeah, just like you just do lots of cleaning and stuff, which is pretty, But yeah, no, but there was all sorts of, shit that went on. Really weird, right? Obviously, this is probably really lame, but it's just in park politics, right? There, Blue Roll, yeah. So you'd have the swimming pool, you'd have the restaurant, you'd have the entertainment side, and there was just a shortage of Blue Roll. And I remember one time I got in an argument with the manager of the restaurant because this kid smashed his head, so I ran next door to get Blue Roll to put ice in, and she refused to give me Blue Roll because it was like, oh no, we buy it for here, we don't buy it for you guys next time. Like, a kid's brain is fucking seeping out on the floor, can you just give me the fucking Blue Roll, please? But
we'll fucking pay back shit.
He's having a fucking lobotomy next door, give me the fucking Blue Roll.
I need it. But
James's daughter.
She and James get on. Yeah, fucking